Today we're going to showcase the top 3 Town Hall 16 attack strategies after the Root Rider nerf. We'll go over the best army comp for each of them, the appropriate hero equipment, and the ultimate CC combination to make sure you get the 3 stars. At number 3, we have Mass Dragons, and this army is criminally underutilized. It is so strong at Town Hall 16, and now that the Root Riders have got a nerf, I can't recommend using this enough. So where do you start with this army? You start with the Flame Flinger. Any Flame Flinger value you can get, go for it. Here I'm only going to get 3 buildings, the Wizard Tower, the Arch Tower, and the Multi-Arch Tower because of the ground bow that's here. But that is enough value. You just need to clear out a corner of the base with the Flame Flinger. You've got the Giant and a couple of Barbs and Archers to go help your Flame Flinger for that. What do you look at next? The Sweeper locations. We can't afford to go into 2 Sweepers. We can go into 1 because we have got 5 freezers with the army, but you can't go into 2. And this is where this army goes amazing on box bases in particular. It also goes well on ring bases, but mainly box bases with this army is what you want to go for because the 2 Sweepers are facing the back end. So what are we going to do? We're going to go straight into the Town Hall. We've got the Flame Flinger on one side, the King and Queen setting a funnel on the other, and the Dragon straight into the Town Hall. Notice out of my Flame Flinger there, I have 2 Dragons and 2 Loons. You can also do 10 Loons if you want, completely and utterly up to you. Now, normally with the Mass Dragons, you want to pop your Warden ability quite early to keep your Loons alive, but the exception to the rule is when you're going into the Town Hall, because we want to neutralize that Town Hall Blast and get the healing tome through the Town Hall Poison effect. Now, it's also worth noting, the Clan Castle's huge with this. If you can do this attack strategy without pulling the defensive Ice Golems, that's amazing. So you want to try and keep your heroes away from it, but it's not the end of the world like you see here if you don't. Then it's all about thinking about where to use your Royal Champion. I'm using my Royal Champion here to help the Dragons get rid of the back-end air defense and kind of push them through to the core. And this is where your spell usage is critical with this army. Look, I still have so many freeze spells left, and that's what I love about the 5 freeze spells with this army. You only need 3 rage spells as long as you use them wisely, and the freeze spells are so good on the back end of the base. Now we have the Royal Champion with our Hog Puppet. I will show you guys the hero equipment that we're using here. So pretty standard combo there, Obviously, you gotta run the healing tome with this. And then with the RC, this is the best combination here. I love this attack strategy, really easy to use. And like I said, you want to use it on box bases, going through the Town Hall like we said here, or ring bases where you can either use the Flame Flinger if there's value, or you can blimp the Town Hall. I know almost all of you are sick of hitting these double Invis bases, and we've got the perfect solution for you. It is the Fireball. You can see the Fireball coming in here and it takes down that whole compartment. Now, there are a few different Fireball attack strategies, but this for me is by far the easiest one. It is Warden Charge into Mass Rocket Balloon. Now, why is this army easy? Well, when you compare it to the other Fireball attack strategies, Fireball into Super Witches, it's strong, but it is hard to funnel the Super Witches, and there is a lot of multitasking required. And the other one is like double Hero Charge, which takes a lot of multitasking to do a Queen Charge and a Warden Charge at the same time. Whereas this, it's a bit easier to do, and you're still going to get amazing results. So with this, you always want to use a Flinger with the army. Keep in mind, you've got a few Barbs, Archers, and you've got all the Rocket Balloons in the world to make sure your Flame Flinger gets value. You see the Flame Flinger on the top side. We took down the Mortar with the Rocket Balloon to ensure it gets awesome value. Now, in terms of this attack strategy, the Warden hero equipment, you can do this with a level 18 Fireball. You do not need level 23 or higher. Level 18 is high enough, but you do want to have that max Rage Vial because it does rage up your healers to the maximum. Now, Warden charging might be scary for a lot of you at home, and I understand that, but trust me, it's not as hard as it looks. It is easier than Queen Charging. You don't have to worry about walls. You kind of know how the Warden's going to path anyway. And as you can see, you've got all the spells in the world. You've got 4 Rage, 2 Invis, and a Freeze. And that's all for your Warden Charge. And then the rest of the attacks, just thinking about where you're going to get value from your King and Queen. So generally, I do the Warden Charge for the first minute and a half. And then it's just about sizing up where to put the King and Queen. It's worth noting, you do not want to put the King or Queen anywhere near your Warden walk. We want the Warden to do his own thing, so we don't want our heroes to pull them over. So this Queen here was probably a dumb idea. I probably should have put the Queen on the left-hand corner, but the King for the Town Hall is money here. We're going to take advantage of the opportunity here. We do have 3 super wall breakers in case we did need them to wall break in, but that is not the case here, and the King's going to get rid of the Town Hall. Now, I tried to freeze here so I could activate the other Invis tower with the rocket balloons. That's another benefit of that, but that's all right. And we're getting into the final 30 seconds here, and this is generally when you can just spam your rocket balloons in a line around the base, because they are so good at just taking down individual defenses. I use my RC in the other corner. We're still sitting on a bunch of rocket balloons, so many spells as well. Look at them everywhere, and this is not even close, and that's what I love about this attack strategy. Even if your Warden dies early, it's quite easy to save it. Now, in terms of the hero equipment, that there, we've got the healer puppet in case we want to do a healer charge, and then it's same for the King RC, and you already know what we're bringing with the Warden. I love this attack strategy. If you want to do another fireball attack strategy, by all means, but this one is by far the easiest to execute, and that's why we have it at number 2. At number 1 is Root Rider Overgrowth Spam. This is still number 1 for me. This army is so good. Now, this army works best on ring bases like this. The non-Invis tower ring bases, though. So you see, like, Rage Towers or Poison Towers on a ring base, run this army. So out of the armies you've seen in today's video, Dragons, best on boxes, sometimes ring bases like this as well. This army's best on ring bases, and the Fireball attack strategy can work on all bases, but is very good against the double Invis. So these 3 armies today should cover all the base types for you. Now, what do you want to do with this army? You want to go into as much damage as possible. That's why I went into the Rage Tower. Then you pop your Warden ability early. Make sure you keep all your troops alive, and as soon as the Warden ability ends, you're going to come in with your first Overgrowth. Now, you'll often find your troops split, and that is completely fine. You can see we've got a weaker push on the right-hand side, and that's why I invest my Royal Champion over there. We've still got a huge Root Rider push on the bottom. The first Overgrowth ends. We put down the second, but I deliberately leave the Eagle visible here because I've got so many troops nearby, and I'm pretty confident they're going to go and finish it off. Now, unfortunately, a lot of my troops go on the outside of the base, but that is completely fine, and you're going to see this Overgrowth spell is going to last so long that when our troops are going to be still for a while. This attack strategy is fantastic. I prefer the Spiky Ball and the Rage Vial, but run what you want. You can run the Healer Puppet as well, but yet again, I like the Frozen Arrow slowing down the damage on your units. Obviously, we're running the Healing Tome, and then for the Royal Champion, same in every army. Look at it. The army may have gotten nerfed, but look at the complete overkill here, swagging 2 hero abilities. Yes, a lot of died in the Town of Poison, but it was never really in doubt. The Root Riders may have got a nerf, but when you've got that many Valks behind it doing all the damage, does it really matter? That's it for today's video. Let me know down in the comments below, did I get the ranking right? Is there an army I missed? Would love to have an open discussion with you all, and if you'd like to see some attack strategies in future videos, let us know as well.